Gotta keep the essentials.
Yeah. Never get the part of me you want. Side girls acting kinda young.
Sound check.
We live.
Sound check.
We live. Oh, okay.
No, you're good. You're good. G. I was doing an actual sound check that time because cause said we live, baby. Are we live? To everybody watching on Twitch, hello, how are you? We're gonna have a dope show, or at least we're gonna try to. We promise that often, and we lie to you a lot. That's what we do. I want to talk about moving forward in life with or without people. The general topic I want to stick to is like navigating life, especially for people our age and like in the general pursuit of what we're doing, you know, trying to follow either a craft or a business model for something bigger, knowing who to keep yourself around, who not to keep yourself around, and how to know when you're actually not toxic. I guess that's a word, but the negative person in a situation, and kind of like giving our viewership value as far as nurturing relationships they need and dropping ones they don't. The general reason that we like to stay in communities is that fear is more so the fear of loneliness rather than just the understanding that we need each other. And I think that's why a lot of times when we go about like creating social circles, it's because we're avoiding being alone. And I think that's where the detriment comes in, because instead of us just realizing, you know, more so on the positive side that we just need each other, we end up, you know, just placing people around us that can fill that void of loneliness rather than people who can really give us value as far as being a factor in our social circle, I guess.
Yeah. That kind of gives some credence to and I don't know if you want to get this deep this quick, but like I think a lot of toxic relationships or like abusive relationships, especially in like middle-aged people, like where they should leave that situation or get divorced or something like that, is the thought of being lonely. Yeah, so I can see it. I feel it.
Cause I get a lot of choice words and I listen to all of them. May not take them all to heart, but I consider every single one. I feel like the only person worse than a bad person is a person who cannot change and who isn't open to change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a couple people just told me that they feel like you know, my saying "people come, people go" is a self fulfilled prophecy, which in a sense I believe it is, because I do know that I feel that way about things, but I don't think it's always a bad thing. But in situations like that, I definitely think I could be more open, especially with people like dearly care about. Because like with Jalen, of course, like my blood brother, that would never be an option. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if anything I was saying describes you, I think a big thing like people like us need is to really like look introspectively and understand that like we can't just assume we know what's best for me and them. Sometimes we gotta like stop and say, okay, this is what and voice this to the other person. This is what I think you might need from me. And stop in a way, ask them, so what can I do for you? If that's not the case, and just understand that like in these conversations, there's two people's feelings matter. And you gotta really be conscious of that rather than just assuming that you have the best course of action every time. And I think that's something I've learned just from being hard-headed for a very long time.
When you have a relationship where you know that this person, in this case being you, this person looks at something a certain way, just like with all your friends, you kind of cater around that if you care.
Yeah, of course. And that's anything.
Yeah. So, but when I start figuring out that you didn't have an issue, like being like, hey, yo, I'm good. He with you, without you. Like, it made me take a step back and be like, okay, I care about this relationship enough to where, like, I'm not going to get to a certain point arguing with you like I would with Tay, like I would with Joe. Because, like, that threat isn't there. I know me and Tay family, so it's just like, at the end of the day, we come back, we straight. But like if you know that as soon as something is gone, it's really gone, like, yeah, you gonna tread a little bit lighter, and I'm not no bitch. Like I'm not like no punk or nothing. But it's also like, okay, you just have to deal with this person the same way, and you take people's character flaws, which that's an opinion.
I still don't need help. I climb whenever I fell. I'm gonna flex you to death, making my music and doing it well. And I'm gonna do it if I gotta do it myself. Work like a slave and I'm someone to pay by the days, but I flow like a hammer and nails. Yeah, made things move. I made some moves. It's like a movie. That's that facts. That's some truth. Like I'm the truth. I got to move. I can't procrastinate. One more step, my craft today. Up these bars.